Hey you guys, it's Brit. Now we're here to talk about two different people that I've covered recently. The first is 17 Diapers. Mom is back on TikTok. She made a video that literally I had to shake my head at it, and someone else I'm shaking my head at with all of the shame in the world is Gypsy Rose Blanchard. She decided to hop back on TikTok. Yes, she does have her TikTok back. She put out a video that I thought was interesting, and she also responded to some comments. So we're going to go over everything in this video. If you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so first things first, let's talk about Gypsy Rose Blanchard. She put out this TikTok and she said, almost a week postpartum and already feeling more energetic. Hashtag active mom. So number one, let's talk about this description, because in my opinion, and what I have seen from Gypsy, is that she is not active. She is not active at all in any way, shape, or form. She does not ever share that she is, going for walks, participating in any kind of physical activity. I don't know. I just don't see her as an active person. I'm pretty sure that I get more steps a day in than Gypsy Rose does, and I don't consider myself to be a super active person. But either way, that's what she wanted to come back and show off, how she, to me, she looks the exact same as she did a few months ago. Obviously, this is making a lot of people question, did she have the baby? Did she have the baby early? Was she even carrying the baby? I have a little bit of a different stance on this, because I'm recognizing two different things simultaneously. I'm recognizing that no two bodies are alike with how they recover, how they bounce back, how they, might not bounce back, and they have issues with that. I understand that that exists, but I also recognize that what she is presenting in this video doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So drop your conspiracies down below. How do you feel about this video that she posted? How do you feel about, hey, is she showing her body on TikTok and people are going to give commentary on it? Be tasteful, but share your thoughts. How do you feel about this? How do you feel about the timeline? How do you feel about, recognizing that everything with her is smoke and mirrors, but at the same time, no two humans are exactly alike? I'll be looking at your comments. Secondly, I want to talk about her responding to somebody that said, OMG, Queen finally got her account back, heart emoji. Gypsy responded with the most cringe-worthy response. Gypsy responded, because I am the boss bee of my account. Ain't no way he was gonna get away with that shit. And she didn't spell ain't properly. She put ant, so maybe she was in a rush, maybe she doesn't care, maybe she doesn't know how to spell ain't, whatever. The people, every single time she has her comments open, I look at these people and I just wonder the frame of mind that these people have to be in to say, yay, you're back. I can't wait to get my energy back. You look amazing. Congrats, congrats, congrats. Slay. Congrats, mama. Like, how deluded do you have to be to support somebody like this? It's insane to me. It is absolutely insane. And of course, y'all know I've got to be petty for a minute. We have recaps with Julie, the number one commentary fan of Gypsy Rose, just making all of her videos about this. And she shared a comment where Gypsy said, I had the best birth experience. I went into the hospital 6 centimeters dilated. I had my epidural, and a few hours later was numb and pushed for 15 minutes. Didn't feel a thing. She's a healthy baby girl. And the whole C-section thing, I don't even know. Like, who cares? Who cares? But what I will say is, recaps with Julia again, like, we are here with the misinformation. Saying that she had a natural birth correct me if I'm wrong, but for me, a natural birth is not utilizing an epidural. Tell me if I'm wrong down below.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard has now released the details of her daughter's birth. She had her baby 1 week ago today, and she named her Aurora Reina. Gypsy uploaded a video yesterday showing what she looks like 1 week out from having the baby, and in the comments section, she decided to update us on exactly how the birth went. She says, I had the best birth experience. I went into the hospital 6 centimeters dilated. I had my epidural and a few hours later was numb and pushed for 15 minutes. Didn't feel a thing. She's a healthy baby girl. I've been seeing a lot of comments talking about Gypsy having a C-section, but she has never said that. She actually had a natural birth. I'm not sure where this rumor came from, but it's definitely a rumor.
For some reason, the way that she, and here's the thing, like, look at the size of this platform. You have 1.2 million followers and you are here just stroking the ego of somebody like Gypsy Rose. For me, like, if you are going this far out of your way to support Gypsy, then you are not to be trusted. And that's how I feel. The other thing I want to say is Nurse Hannah, is back, and she put out this video where she was putting makeup on in her car, and the song that she picked was, praise the Lord, whatever. What an interesting way to return from such serious allegations. In the video, she did put the New Year, New Me thing, but millions of people say New Year, New Me, and they're not doing shit new. I hope it is a new her. I don't know what that means. Does that mean that you're actually feeding your child? Does that mean that your child no longer has to flinch when his father goes to hand him something? Does that mean that you're not being, allegedly very bad with your patients? Like, what does New Year, New Me mean? Did you get a divorce? Are you getting away from your husband? Is he a problem? Like, what is that? If you're going to come out with New Year, New Me, and you just came out of those serious allegations, then I would have expected a little more context, but who am I? And speaking of recaps with Julie stroking the ego of somebody as diabolical as Gypsy Rose, there's also another creator that I followed on TikTok that I just had to unfollow for my own personal choices. And that is because this creator, Brittany Nicole Smith, came out and she has been very loud about her support on Gypsy. She is going with the narrative that she is this meek little victim and, nobody should be sending her negativity. She's living her free life now because Dee Dee was the big bad monster. She's going in with that narrative and she has vocalized that. I found her way back when she did a series on Scott and Lacey Peterson, and I felt like she did a good job on that, and I followed her. I also listened to her OJ and the Menendez Brothers series that she did, but I'm not going to support creators that should be educating themselves and they choose not to, and therefore we get creators that have huge platforms that are supporting Gypsy Rose. And I will not support you if you support Gypsy Rose. And that's my personal decision. I unfollowed her. See you later. I have no time for people like that.
So I have a question for everyone who is saying that Gypsy Rose was not a victim of Munchausen by proxy by her mother. Everybody who's been defending Dee Dee Blanchard, people are now saying that there was absolutely no medical malpractice done. Her mom did not have Munchausen by proxy. Everything that she had done, going under anesthesia over 100 times, everything was because her chromosome disorder. And this is because someone on YouTube claims that they were a nurse and they then decided to diagnose her medical records and say how everything was completely valid because of this very, very rare chromosome disorder. And there's a huge bandwagon of people now who believe this, and it's absolutely mind-boggling to me, because if you use even the tiniest bit of common sense, defending Dee Dee Blanchard makes no sense. So let's just pretend that all of her surgeries and everything just had to do with her chromosome disorder. Why was she walking while she was a toddler and young child and then put in a wheelchair? If you say it's low muscle tone, that's not what Dee Dee said. And low muscle tone doesn't develop like that after a child's already been walking just fine. Dee Dee said she had to be in a wheelchair after she broke her leg after a car accident, which was really just scrapes. She would also tell certain doctors certain places that she was paralyzed from the neck down, certain that she was paralyzed from the waist down. So how does that make sense? Second, why did Gypsy never go to school? Her mom told everyone she was homeschooling her. But if she had all of these delays and problems with this chromosome disorder, why wasn't she in special education? Why, when they would go to home, she would say that Gypsy was attending whatever school was in the area? Why, if everything she was getting done in the hospitals was just for her chromosome disorder, why was she telling everybody that she had leukemia, muscular dystrophy? Are all of the people that Dee Dee told she had leukemia to, including Gypsy's father and stepmother, are they lying? This is clear evidence of Munchausen by proxy. People that were saying her teeth were removed because they were so rotten. She was very, very, very young when she got her teeth removed. If you look at pictures of her, she looks like she's like 5. Why would she have a feeding tube? She told doctors that Gypsy had a fear of eating, along with a million food allergies. Gypsy said, I never had a fear of eating. I loved to eat. She just wouldn't let me. Feeding tubes are such a common part of people with Munchausen by proxy. Look up the Lacey Spears case. The feeding tube that she had for her son, Garnett, was how she killed him. This gives the caretaker with Munchausen by proxy ultimate control over what medication, what food, everything that is going into their body. They also have this tendency to come up with crazy food allergies. So Dee Dee said Gypsy was allergic to sugar. Lacey Spears also said that about her son. She said that he had to be a raw, gluten-free vegan. And when other people would babysit him and feed him, he would eat everything, even though she said he had a fear of eating, couldn't eat anything. Same thing. This was also a mother with Munchausen by proxy. And even if she was getting treated for all of these issues related with her chromosome disorder, she did not have any of these problems. She never had any symptoms that would lead her to need all of these things that her mom said she would. She never had seizures, but she was on seizure medication to keep her very, very calm and quiet, exhausted, motionless. And one of the last things her mom was going to do was get her larynx cut, which could have made her lose her voice forever. You seriously think that's a real problem that she needed to have taken care of? No. So use some common sense when you think that Gypsy was the one manipulating everyone here and that Dee Dee was a victim. Dee Dee constantly lied about what was going on with Gypsy, what she had going on with her health, and isolated her from everyone. Munchausen by proxy 101.
She also shared this, my New Year's resolution is for the world to stop indulging in toxic true crime culture. If no one is saying it anywhere but niche hateful groups, pages on social media, it is 100% a person's opinion to get views. Witch hunts for people are real. Maybe it's not a witch hunt. She hashtag Gypsy Rose on this. Maybe it's not a witch hunt, but it's people that have actually educated themselves on the facts of the case, the facts of the medical records, and come to a more educated conclusion as to what was really going on there. That's not a witch hunt. I have no ill will against her, obviously. Wish her the best. But when you have your followers in your comments begging you to educate yourself because you are going at this all wrong, and you come back with another video doubling down and going with the narrative that Gypsy is, this poor little girl who should be just adored because she made it out and now she's out of prison. And you still choose to go with that narrative, I will see my way out, and that's what I chose to do. But I want to know how y'all feel about all of this. Tell me your thoughts about Hannah coming back and obviously everything else. A lot's happening. But for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.